Hello, team. We have to deal with post 7, and the idea is to conduct some research on existing situations, simulations, and then what we've been asked is that someone has asked us to create a simulation. We have to decide on a focus and why this would be important from a global perspective, and what the purpose and desired outcomes are. So I'm going to show you some of the research I've been doing, which is basically a simulation of flying around an island, or a simulation of some math properties, and then the focus I was going to suggest was something like an AED device. If you guys have another idea, that would be great. But basically, I've seen that there's no simulation where people can actually click on something to see what might go wrong. If I put it here, the person dies. But if I put it here, the person lives. So the purpose of the simulation would be not just watching someone else do it, but actually for you to click and see what happens. And so the desired outcome would be that people would be able to use an AED without ever having touched it. So, that being the case, the simulation I thought we would start with would be a trip to Rio. Okay, it's during Carnival, right? And we've got some music happening here. Oh yeah, it's Carnival, right? But rather than just look at pictures, let's turn around, right? Now, this is what usually, you can move in and then you can move out. And this is typically people's experience. You can look up and you can look down. It's kind of interesting. They have this ball in the center, and I wonder if that's how they generate this design. It's kind of interesting. You get to see everything, but you're rather static, so it's still just looking at pictures. The simulation that I thought was fascinating is well, I'm going to go find it. It was hovering over an island, and it was Reunion, maybe that's it. So I'm going to stop this now, and we're going to switch over to, this is not a good simulation. We'll go find another one that might be better. Bing, goodbye. The one that I thought was a better simulation was, let's take a Rosebush. We're going to be demonstrating powers of 10, okay? And so the operator has a chance to change the situation, like, I wonder if, 10 times the power of 10, okay, 9 times with 9 zeros, that would be 1 billion. Let's see what happens to this poor little thing. Oh my goodness, we move 1 billion times away, 1 billion meters. See, they're showing that's 1,000, 1 billion meters away, and this is the Earth, and that's the moon's orbit. So if I come in a little closer, we're only 100 million. We can see 100 million meters. We can see the Earth. Let's get a little closer now. Hey, we're just hovering above. We're at 10,000 kilometers above the Earth. Coming a little closer. Now we're just 1,000 kilometers. We can actually see the Alps. Let's zoom in a little more. And so what the student is doing is pulling themselves in. We're at 100 kilometers, or about 60 miles above. Now we're about 10 kilometers above. And now we're just 1,000 meters over ground. Oh boy, here, let's go closer. And now we're going to hover. We're about a meter away. Oh, sorry, 10 meters away from the bush. And there we are. Now let's get closer. Ooh, we can zoom in. And it's this bar here that I'm moving back and forth, right? I can get in. There's a bug. Let's get a little closer there. Oh, I can actually see the guy's face. And if we go closer, we get to see his eye. And even closer, ooh, look at these little tiny eyes. Let's go in and see one little hair. What happens if we go further? Oh my God, it's the base of that hair. And then now it's just pretty hard to see, right? Okay. So this is an example of a simulation, right? Regarding our mission here, our client came to us and said, look, I've got this list of how to do CPR and use the AED, which is a defibrillator, which helps people recover from sudden cardiac arrest. But I just have this sheet that people have to read. It's, I need to get something a bit more active, That basically is the defibrillator. You see them at airports, but they're kind of expensive to use, and we kind of want to build some sort of simulator that people can deal with, and there's the usual.
It is preferred to have a trained individual. Anyone is capable of using an AED. Once turned on, the user will be prompted with visual and audible instructions to apply the 2 padded electrodes to the victim's chest.
Apply pad to bare skin, exactly as shown in the picture.
After being applied, the AED will begin to monitor the victim's heart rhythm. If a shockable rhythm is detected, the machine will charge itself and give instructions for the user to stand clear and activate the shock. It's that easy. If a non-shockable rhythm is detected, the device will not allow a shock to be administered to the victim, and another course of action should be taken.
Okay, so I've seen it, but I have not simulated it. So could there be a simulation where we, use the mouth to apply the pad to his head, and therefore it wouldn't work? Or if we put it in the right location and the signal came and we didn't press it, then the guy dies. Or if we try to press it and we're still touching the victim with our left hand, what happens to us? So this is a case where a simulation might meet the needs, and that's what our client is hoping, right? That we would be capable of meeting the needs of explaining to people how this is done. So that's the desired outcome. What do you think? Send me your thoughts.